friends, hi! Welcome back to another spooky video. You know, this outfit isn't really gonna do for what we want to do today. Be right back, girl. Better, right? I think so. Yeah, better. Okay, hey guys, it's Katie. So today, I'm gonna be doing a spooky story time. I said that dumb. Let's try it. Spooky story time. That was dumb too. We're gonna go with it. Yes, okay. First of all, this lighting, this ain't it. Surprise! It's dark in here. Ooh, scary. Okay, so, yes, I'm going to be doing some scary story video, and it's perfect because I'm home alone, so why not scare myself some more? Let's go grab the laptop, okay? Run! Get the laptop, get the laptop, get the laptop. Okay, 37%, it's fine. We're fine. Oh, these shorts stink. They're not a cute feeling at all. But it's fine, it's okay. We don't need... It's fine. Comfort is overrated. No one ever said. Okay, we're gonna shut up now. Okay, let's adjust the camera. Hello. Bless me. Okay, so I found these stories. It's called Ghost Stories to Read in the Dark. So, you know what that means. Oh no, it's dark. Well, it's light outside, so should I shut that too? Oh krut, oh krut. Oh god, I'm gonna scare myself. Oh no. Oh krut. Okay, friends, so I shut the blinds. The hallway light's still on. I need sunlight, guys. I can't read. I turned off the kitchen light. I have to stare at the dark kitchen this entire time. So let's just be happy we have enough of the lights out as we can. Okay, oh krut, oh krut, oh krut. I still can't say oh krut, 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 krut. We're working on it. Anyways, so the first story is called The Figure in Dark Robes. Oh god. Okay. Okay. So, I was a freshman in high school in my hometown of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Sorry if I said that wrong. I was sleeping over at my friend Tom's house. We were watching a movie in his living room when he suddenly got a call. I watched as he listened to what was being said on the other line. I watched as emotion poured over his face as he threw the phone across the room. After moments of crying, he told me that a boy at my school had committed suicide. Now, I knew this boy only through seeing him in the halls. My friend Tom and I didn't go to the same high school, but Tom had gone to middle school with this boy. Apparently, Tom bullied him during those years. He wasn't proud of it, and to be honest, I was pretty surprised because he was a great guy. He had utter remorse. We decided to sneak out and go for a walk. The year was roughly 1990, maybe 1991. We were freshmen in high school. Now, sneaking out was nothing new. We always did it. At the time, we weren't into drugs, alcohol, or partying. We just liked the freedom of walking streets at night. The discussions were always great. Normally, we'd go walk through the big cemetery that was near my house. It was behind the train tracks that still ran through La Crosse to this day. We loved the danger of the cemetery, the scares. We were kids. It was a rite of passage. As we walked along the train tracks leading to the cemetery, we stopped. To this day, I can't explain why. We walked into the cemetery dozens of times and on scarier nights. For whatever reason, we didn't want to go in there. I didn't know if the thought of death on our minds due to my classmate's suicide was a factor. Perhaps. Regardless, without really saying anything to each other, we stopped, turned around, and decided to head down a nearby street. In retrospect, I do have to say that throughout this walk, things seemed off. There wasn't a car in sight. This was suburbia. Even walking through the town's main street was odd because there just weren't any cars. Odd. It was roughly after midnight. It was a weekend night. Where was everybody? Perhaps just a strange coincidence. Girl, I don't believe in coincidences. That's not a thing. But honestly, okay, we're gonna comment throughout this, and honestly, yeah, okay, no, go back home. The apocalypse is coming. Lastly, there was something in the air. Both Tom and I felt it. Okay, first off, if there's Here's a tip. You should always listen to your instincts. And you should always listen to your brain. And if it's telling you that there's something bad, like if you're at a party and you just get bad vibes, if you go anywhere and you get bad vibes, you should listen to it and you should leave. Just saying. But yeah. It feels weird tonight. The air, the lights. So we decided to walk down a dead-end street. Oh, that's great. At the end of the street was a ditch with a simple up, down, and up trail that led to the street that I lived on. Simple enough. Never that simple. Keep in mind, as I get into the horrifying parts of this story, that we are in the suburbs. Weren't old creepy houses with strange individuals in the streets. These weren't old creepy houses with strange individuals, and the trees were small. It wasn't a brand new development, but it wasn't that old either. So as Tom and I are walking down the street, we're looking down to the road beneath our feet as we talk. I don't remember the exact conversation at this particular moment. Perhaps we were talking about the tragedy of that night, but it could have easily been about Star Wars or Akira. As we approached the dead end, which was a few houses away, Tom and I suddenly stopped. We did so at the same time without saying one word to each other. Our heads slowly turned towards each other. Both sensing something. The hair on our arms and backs of our necks standing high. Then our gaze slowly moved toward illusion slightly to the right. That's when we saw it. About 2 houses away, in virtually barren front yard of a suburban home, besides some bushes, was a dark figure. It was someone or something in dark robes. No face, no features at all, just a robe. Now this figure didn't acknowledge us, not yet, and it instead walked or moved in a certain way. I can't articulate it correctly, as if it was walking in circles slowly without really walking. It held something that was blowing in the wind, and yes, the wind picked up a little as well. Another odd element was the light that illuminated it somewhat. There was a street light a few houses up, but it wasn't strong enough to illuminate this figure as it was. Tom and I were frozen. In fact, I'm frozen as I write this. It's been a while since I have thought about this night. So there we stood, frozen in fear, staring at the dark figure moving, yet doing so without moving. And it was holding something, or perhaps what was blowing in the wind was more of its robes. I'm not sure. We stared at this thing for what I don't know how long, until it stopped and suddenly looked up at us, as if finally alarmed by our presence. That was enough for us. We ran away as fast as we could. We cut through a side street that was to lead us to a parallel street towards my neighborhood. This street led to a slight hill as we rounded the corner and started running up the hill in a panic. We stopped because on top of the hill we saw another dark figure with its arms raised. We turned away and ran away in the direction of Tom's house, which at this distance was at least 5 miles away. We ran. Time stood still. The next thing I remember, we're lying in the middle of the courtyard of some other neighborhood that we'd never been in, gasping for breath. We sat up without saying a word. We walked in silence back to the house. The air felt normal again, although we felt like we were in a haze of sorts, albeit out of danger. We fell asleep in his house. I woke up that morning and went home. A few days later, I rode my bike to the location. Perhaps it was a shadow play. Perhaps there was a certain tree or bush, or maybe a for sale sign, or something that made it look like there was something else there. Nothing. It was an open yard. Tom and I didn't speak of that night for a long time. Years later, when I brought it up, he replied, "Yeah, what the hell is that?" As if no one had passed. As if no time had passed. What was it? I have no idea. We hadn't taken any drugs. We hadn't been drinking any alcohol. I often wonder if it could have been a haunting, a specter, a ghost, etc. Maybe it was an alien abduction or sighting. We saw no craft, but there was that unexplained light. Or maybe it was some other kids messing with us. But how would they have known we were coming? How could they be so prepared? I just don't know. That was roughly 24 years ago, give or take. And yes, this is a true story. Sadly, my best friend Tom passed away suddenly a few months ago. I thought of this night during his funeral. I thought of returning to that site. I thought of the odd coincidence of unexpected and surprising death, just like my classmate that night. Is there a connection? Were we seeing some future fate for one of us, which sadly fell upon my best friend Tom? Was this all some dual hallucination in my mind? No way. It haunts me at times. Ken Miyamoto. Dun dun dun! That's it. That was her story. That wasn't very scary. Sorry, Ken. That, like, the last part, though, about, like, how he or she's friend died, the Tom friend that died, that was freaky, like, their friend died. But I don't really see any correlation to like, the story before. But, yeah, so that was a scary story. That wasn't a very scary story. Let's read, the next one isn't that long, so let's read the next one. It's called The Little Boy with No Eyes. And also, P.S., my family is home now, so I'm less afraid. Okay, one night when I was 10, I was asleep in bed and was woken up by my bedroom door opening, then someone sitting on my bed. Oh my God, I'd leave the house. Get out, get help. I'd cry. Honestly, if I knew, like, my parents were sound asleep and my door just opened and someone sat on my bed, I would Jodo flip out of there. That doesn't make sense. I'd punch someone and get out of there. Anyways, I felt the gaze on my leg and the bed sink as they sat. Thinking it was my mom having something to tell me, I opened my eyes to see a pale, eyeless, just black, empty sockets boy who seemed to be my age sitting at the foot of my bed with his legs crossed staring at me or facing my direction since he had no eyes. He then reached his hand toward me and he was holding what looked like a little black box. I was freaked out, but as I reached to grab it, he hesitantly pulled back. I reached out further for it and said, "Give it." As I did so, I blinked, and by the time I reopened my eyes, he was gone. The spot on the bed where he was sitting lifted back into place, but the imprint of someone sitting there was still present. I told my mom in the morning. She was slightly freaked out, but assured me I was just dreaming. Fast forward 5 years, I had my girlfriend over to do homework. Are we sure that was it? Oh, great. After homework, she took a nap while she waited for her parents to pick her up. When they arrived, I tried waking her to let her know. I nudged her and she opened her eyes so suddenly, already looking in the direction of the corner of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Lifting her finger and pointed. As fast as she woke, she fell asleep again. I attempted to wake her up. She came to full consciousness. I asked her what the hell that was about and explained what she just did. She said, "Oh, I thought I was dreaming, but up on the wall I saw a little boy with no eyes, just there, like a Spider-Man pose, staring at me." That's when I freaked out and told her the story for the first time of when I saw what I guessed was the same kid. Fast forward another 5 years, still the same girlfriend. Ooh, good for you. And by this time we had a 2-year-old daughter. Oh, snap. Let's go. We were living in my old bed. Wait, are you Jim and Pam? You're living in your parents' bedroom? That's so cute. Okay, anyways. Thanks, Sean. We love your support. But you know, Jim and Pam, The Office, they end up moving into his parents' bedroom. Yeah, no, is this it? I don't know. We were living in my old bedroom at my parents' house. My daughter would wake up at the same time every night and start talking. For a while, we thought it was a normal baby thing until I noticed it was almost the same conversation every night. I playfully asked her one night who she was talking to every night. She responded, "A little boy. He talks to me. He's nice. He's lost and looking for his mommy." I'm letting that sink in. If my daughter, my little pride and joy, told me that there was a little boy who I had seen, I think it's Soul's girlfriend, my girlfriend had seen 5 years ago, that everyone who enters my room keeps seeing, and that every night my little baby girl is talking to this scary little boy who's trying to find his mommy, I'd pack everything and leave. We'd be gone. I told my mom what happened the next morning, and before I got to tell her what I thought, she said, "I remember when that happened to you. Then something's being boiled over there, okay? I don't know. I should probably tell someone about that. Mom, the thing's boiling. Sounds dangerously overflowing." Say hi to the people of YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
She ruined my effect. Oh well. Oh, we're back to it. Okay. I remember what happened to you, then your girlfriend. I have no idea what that is. By then, neither my girlfriend or I have seen the little boy after our first encounter, but my daughter continued her nightly conversations until we got our own place later that year. First off, that's creepy. Second off, I'd move immediately. That's terrifying. Honestly, I don't know how the mom, like his actual mother, could be okay with that. Like, if I knew that was going on in my house, I'd be like, bye. The whispers. That's way too long. Behind the shower curtain. Oh, that's short. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the fourth one on this website. It's called Behind the Shower Curtain. In 7th grade, my friends and I went over to Mary's house. Oh, gosh. Any scary story where there's a person named Mary in it? Oh, Mary, what's the... Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary has officially, like, any scary story that has Mary in it, it's just immediately creepier because of Bloody Mary. I went over to Mary's house, intent on playing with her mom's Ouija board. Don't mess with the Ouija boards, people. How hard is this? I know I was into it and I wanted to play with it, but don't mess with it. Anyways, back to it. And guys, if you are going to play, like, do a Ouija board, please be respectful. I don't care if you believe in it. I don't care if you don't believe it. Be respectful, because that obviously does have some kind of link with a different spiritual world. Be respectful to it. Do not make fun of it. Do not, you know, like, don't make fun of it. Be respectful. Just, that's all I ask. Be respectful if you're going to play with it. None of us had played with one before. Mary's mom was an extremely spiritual person who believed in energies, witchcraft, stuff like that. Before we used the board, Mary warned us that her mom would be really pissed if she found out that we were playing with it because Ouija boards can attract bad spirits into the home. With full knowledge of this, we decided to proceed anyway. This Ouija board was not like the Ouija board was not like the average Ouija board you had ever seen. Along with the usual characteristics, the alphabet, yes, no, goodbye, there was an entire array of symbols and signs that were arranged in a circle. This was some seriously intricate stuff. We started just goofing around and communicating with random spirits here and there until we finally met one that had us in tears the entire sleepless night. Oh, that's great. First, we asked the spirit if it was a man or woman, to which he replied M-A-N, man. Then we asked how he was killed. M-U-R-D-E-R. Wait, what? M-U-R-D-E-R. Murder. That freaked us out only a little bit, but we were mostly excited. All of a sudden, before we even asked another question, the glass goes to the eyeball symbol, then spells out I-N, and goes to the water symbol. We didn't have a clue what that meant. It wasn't too scary until the spirit spelled out S-H-O-W-E-R, shower, and my best friend realized that the spirit was trying to get us to look into the shower. Oh no, I'm scared for them! We froze. I've never been so scared in my entire life, especially sitting darkly in front of the bathroom. Oh, why are you in front of the bathroom? Maybe you're in the basement. My brother is very supportive with these YouTube videos, as you can see. What is that? Oh, I see my friend turned up in here.
I think you should do something with this.
For Halloween?
Yeah.
Wait, come into the shot. Come on in. Come on in, little Red Riding Hood. Oh my god, that is so cute.
You should do something with this for Halloween.
Back to the story.
I'm putting this timer on.
Okay.
And you only have 10 minutes. Yep.
We'll be done in 2. Okay. We froze. I'd never been so scared in my entire life, especially sitting directly in front of the bathroom with the shower curtain all the way closed. Wait, why are they in the bathroom? What? Okay. Faced in my direction. We all screamed and promised on our friendships that we had not moved it ourselves. Very important promise. Very important, guys. I felt like that wasn't me making fun of it. I'm emphasizing. I felt like I was being watched. My friends thought so too. Oh god, I hate that feeling. It was only 4 of us, and I believe with all my heart that none of us had moved it because we were all too nervous to do anything. I'll never use a Ouija board again because of how crazy and intense that night was. I understand that people say Ouija boards are controlled by our subconscious, but forget that. I know I felt something in that room with us. I know it was dangerous. Okay, so that was it. And guys, I honestly do believe in spirits. I believe in energies. I believe in vibes. I believe in all of that stuff. I believe that there's heaven and hell. I believe there's God and there's the devil. I am a Christian and I do believe in like good like spirits, and I believe the Ouija board is kind of real. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know how much to it I believe, but I do believe there is some kind of linkage between us and a spirit, and I feel like you should be respectful of that, and you should know you are messing with something. And I believe in everything. I believe in like demons and such like that, but I don't believe in like like horror movie where like it's like Annabelle and she comes to life, and like, you know, like I believe it to an extent. I believe that there are spirits, but I don't believe that they could physically like I'm not gonna say anymore because I'm not wanting to jinx myself, and I don't want to wake up tomorrow dead. I mean, not wake up tomorrow because a demon was like, yeah, I thought I couldn't hurt you, girl. Here I am, here to fight you. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, but yeah. I honestly do believe if you're gonna mess with a Ouija board, you gotta be respectful, and you gotta know you're messing with something that you're messing with something. So be prepared for the backlash or whatever that something's gonna be. I played with the Ouija board before with my mom. Probably was her moving it. Yeah, but just like from all the stories I've heard from Ouija boards, it usually never ends up good, and you usually shouldn't mess with them. But yeah, so those are some scary stories. These are like actual like apparently like people that like posted their stories. So very interesting. Comment down below if you guys have some scary stories. I hope these were scary enough. I hope my reading was good enough. I hope my comments, I know my comments made it less scary, but yeah. But I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, comment down if you have any ghost stories, scary stories, comment them down below. And I hope this was fun because like I love watching and listening, like reading scary stories when it's close to Halloween time. And I know these weren't very scary stories, but like, I don't know. They're the first website that pops up, okay? Okay, but I love you guys so much. Have a spooky Halloween. Bye!